everyone, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the last part in my horror bookshelf tours, which will be my hardcover and extra tall paperbacks. But before I show you the shelf, I just wanted to show this amazing new piece of artwork that I got from Richard. Are You Into Horror? I just love how perfectly it fits in between my second layer of historical fictions and second layer of mystery and thriller paperbacks. I am playing with some other areas I could put it on my shelves, but I just like how it fits so perfectly in there. And it looks fantastic, right guys? I thought I would show it to you one more time without kitty distractions. Here is my hardcover and extra tall paperback horror shelf. I need to move a couple decorations, then I can show you what I've got. I'm going to start, just like my other bookshelf tour videos, with the books I have read and then go into my TBR books. Okay, first up in my red horror hardback books is Petals on the Wind by V.C. Andrews. This is the second book in the series after Flowers in the Attic. This is an old copy from 1980. This is The Booking by Ramsey Campbell, and it's illustrated by Santiago Caruso. And this was an illustrated short story from Dark Regions Press. This is Nightmares of the Banshee by Jenny White Coleman. This is a collection of short stories independently published. Her husband studies cryptozoology, writes about it, and tries to find cryptozoological creatures. And a lot of these stories had to do with those creatures and other things as well, like killer clowns and so forth. I got this at a Wyoming Comic-Con, so it is signed, and so I cherish it in my collection of keepers. This is The Half Freaks by Nicole Cushing. I won this in a giveaway on Typical Books channel. I'll link that down below. And this is published by Grimscribe Press. X by Thomas Old Huvelt. This is translated from Dutch, and it is a witch story. I have Lisey's Story by Stephen King, and that naked hardback is so beautiful that I could never think of taking it out of my collection. Prisoner 489 by Joe R. Lansdale, illustrated by Santiago Caruso. Again, this is another one of the awesomely illustrated paperbacks from Dark Region Press. Rosemary's Baby by Ira Levin. I found a group of 3 of these little hardbacks used bookstore, and I just had to have them, and I still love them. I Am Not Your Final Girl by Claire C. Holland. This is a book of poetry based on the final girls in horror movies. The Dead House by Billy O'Callahan. This was his debut novel, and I got it in a book box, and it is signed and has the author's personal notes throughout the story, so I'm going to keep this one forever. And now on to my TBR books. The first one is Books of Blood by Clive Barker. This is volumes 1 through 3, and I cannot wait to read this. The Supernatural Enhancements by Edgar Cantero. I love that cover. Little Heaven by Nick Cutter. This is a cult novel that I really want to get to soon. I've loved everything I've read from Nick Cutter so far. Universal Harvester by John Darnell. I've heard mixed things about this book, but I love that iridescent cover. Let me know what you think of this book. Suffer the Children by Craig DeLuey, The Undead Avenger, Brother Bones. 7 Bone-Chilling Tales of Mayhem by Ron Fortier. This is published by Airship 27 Productions, which is a small press in Colorado. And I got this awesome signed edition from a Wyoming Comic-Con. And I believe this is a mix of pulp fiction and horror. Hannibal by Thomas Harris. Can't wait to read this series. My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I love the vintage style of this cover. Kill Whitey by Brian King. This is a signed Cemetery Dance edition that I found at the used bookstore. It's about a man who unintentionally gets caught up in some bad dealings with the mob or something, and there's a killer nicknamed Whitey after him, and he has to figure out what to do. I have 2 collab books by Stephen King. First, Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King, and Black House by Stephen King and Peter Straub. I have Phantoms, Deeply Odd, and Saint Odd, all by Dean Koontz. Now I have my Ed Kurtz collection. I have Bleed, published by Trepidagio, At the Mercy of Beasts, published by Journal Stone, and The Rib from Which I Remake the World, which I will not mention the publisher because some not so great things have come to light about it. Here are the other 2 hardback books in a matching set with Rosemary's Baby. I have The Stepford Wives and A Kiss Before Dying by Ira Levin. Come to Dust by Bracken McLeod, published by Trepidagio. Now for my Josh Mallerman collection, I have Black Mad Wheel, Unbury Carol, and Mallory. I have Shock Totem, which is a periodical put out by Shock Totem Press of curious tales of the macabre and twisted. The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. The Listener by Robert McCammon, published by Cemetery Dance. Under a Watchful Eye by Adam Neville. The Queen of the Damned by Anne Rice. This is book 3 in the Vampire Chronicles. The Terror by Dan Simmons. The Wilderness Within by John Claude Smith, published by Trepidagio. The Merciless by Danielle Vega. And last but not least, What the Hell Did I Just Read by David Wong. This is book 3 in the John Dies at the End series. I have still only read the first book, and it's been a long time. I really need to get to reading this humorous cosmic horror story. So those are all the books in my collection that are hardbacks and extra tall paperbacks. Have you read any of these? What did you think of them? Are there any that I should prioritize or you don't think are worth reading? Let me know what you thought down in the comments. If you like this video, you can hit like and subscribe, and I'll be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.